evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to UKCSGO. Do you know what? I feel like I've sort of come home. This is a little bit of a less than familiar territory for the last few years, but my name is Switchblade J, in case you were not aware. I started casting for UKCSGO, and I'm back here to do this special charity show match as sponsored by Thistlecast and Curry's PC World. Right now up in Glasgow, where I am not at the moment, I'm actually here from London, there is a special best of 3 show match to support charity, and right now the boys are from Team Penguin Overlords and a team called GPC, also known as Glasgow Power Cut, are playing a very special rematch. These two teams took each other on earlier in the year, actually it was just about a month and a half ago, where they went to Resonate Festival and they played a best of 3 in the grand finals of the CSGO Open tournament out there. And they're going to do it all over again here to raise some special money for charity. And I'm going to be taking you through it all. So, yeah, once again, I'm Switchblade J. Been around the scene for a little bit, in case you're not aware. And yeah, it's going to be a very, very fun time indeed. I'm being told that we will be starting things off in just a couple of moments' time. So I'm just going to break down the teams for you, let you know exactly who we're going to be seeing on screens. A couple of relatively notable names, in particular from the TPO side. Obviously, we've got C3 Star, Kylist, Hendo, Charlie B, and Dan. Several players, obviously. These are all, by the way, the same lineups that attended Resonating in Glasgow. But C3 Star, Kylist, Hendo, Charlie B, and Dan. C3 Star, a member of the scene for a very, very long time, a very, very reputable player of his own right. And he's been with TPO for the longest ever time. So having this team come to fruition, obviously win actually that Resonate Open, pretty decent stuff. And GPC, we've got Rana, Dutchy, Wolfie, Sned, and Greeny. Now, initially this team doesn't really jump out as legends of UK CSGO or anything like that. But when it did come down to the wire, the best of 3 went all 3 maps, and pretty decent comebacks came through from both sides. So I'm expecting a fun little match here. And again, I hope you're all ready for the ride itself. The players just have one more player left to be joining here, and I think we can jump straight into it off the back of that here. I'll actually see if I can bring up the game really quickly and unmute the game audio so you can see exactly what we're playing at. I don't know the map. I'm also being told it's Edinburgh. I thought I said Edinburgh earlier. Maybe my words just got mixed up as I say Glasgow. I've had Glasgow on the brain for the past couple of months. But Edinburgh, excuse me, I'm being an idiot. But yes, Inferno is going to be our first map. I don't remember Inferno coming up over in Resonate, so I'm not expecting a bit more of a different set of territory, I think, more than anything else. But I'm now waiting on one player from the Glas Power Cut side. I'm going to call them GPC, if that's okay with everybody else out there. I was hoping this would take a lot less time to get started, honestly. I think they've set the GoTV delay quite high, so it's okay. We can chill out for a little bit. It'll be fine. Also noticing a couple of slight oddities on the overlay itself, so I'm going to go ahead and try to see if I can fix those while we are in match. Well, before we even get into the match, I guess this is the perfect opportunity to go ahead and do that. In case you're wondering what the delay about is, it's pretty much a couple of PC problems so far over in the venue. Again, I'm not up there at the moment, so I can't give you specifics as to what exactly is going on. Wow, this crop feature is much more difficult than I thought it would be. This is what happens when you throw things together last second. Okay. I think we got that sorted out now, so. All right, well, apparently Mirage, Inferno will not be our first map of the day. I thought it was. I thought the maps were already set up, but apparently we're going to be doing the vetoes live on stream. So I guess we can all walk that through. We can walk through that together, I believe. So let's add a bit of trivia for you right now while we wait this out and hopefully get things started. And for those of you who don't know about the meme of the Glasgow power cut, but when these boys were playing on the Resonant stage a month and a half ago, in the final map, in one of the final few rounds, the power to the stream and to the stage suddenly cut, making sure that we couldn't finish out the grand finals on that day. Maps are changing, so I'm actually going to bring this back to my lovely face so we can talk for a little bit longer about other things. Looks like Cash will be our first map, which is fun actually because the first map was Cash, and that one was down to the wire. So that'll end up being quite fun. But yeah, the map completely cut out, and the power completely cut out. We actually had to play the grand finals out online, so that was that was a lot of fun back then. Hopefully the same thing won't happen this time. So let's hold our hands up and give that much of an admission. And again, Cash was one of the close maps. I'm trying to see if I can pull up the result sheet. I had one earlier, but being lost in all of the chaos. And it was a very, very intense series with major comebacks and major clutches coming in from both sides. Also got our second and third maps. Cash was decided and picked by GPC, Mirage by TPO. So that way you can know exactly who stands where and who are the favourites. Of course, back when they last played it, GPC ended up winning the map 16-14. So let that sort of like spring into mind exactly how close that map was when they were playing on LAN. Perhaps this will end up being just as close. Right, let's see if we can get some gameplay going now. Right back into the matchup, hopefully. So I'm waiting for knife round to come to fruition. So we'll also see that to get choice of sides. So once that gets underway, we can begin our best of 3 matchup here. Slightly late into the night, but hopefully, again, it will be an interesting time regardless. Seems like TPO are ready to go. I think we're also just about ready. Nope, Z3 Stars telling us to wait. It's okay. We've got all night. Hopefully, feet stinking is not the problem for C3 Stars. Seems to be a problem for Charlie B, though. Yeah, for those of you just joining us, they are playing from Edinburgh. I am casting from London, so a little bit of a distance discrepancy between the bunch of us. Here we go. Looks like we're finally ready to be getting started, perhaps. All right, then. Looks like we're ready to finally get started. The quick knife round, at the very least. Again, this is to decide the choice of side. At least when Glasgow Power Cut want to get out there, so whenever the boys on the T side are ready to move, we can also be ready to roll here. Non-standard knife as well. Usually it's out towards the mid position, but they're going in towards A instead. Already the T side have a little bit of that control. It's not a major round to win, but it would be preferable. Most teams tend to value their T sides out in these ones. Is that the knife round, really, guys? It's not how it's supposed to work. Okay, right then. Don't think I've ever seen a one-man knife round, but I think we've just seen it right there. And TPO will decide that they want to switch again. T-side, most frequently picked for map cache. There we go. And then they can switch. There we go. So I'm expecting a dominant first start from TPO. Have one issue over on the part of the Glasgow Power Cup. And again, hopefully the problems are not to do with a power cut, but we'll see. Right, we're ready to get underway. Let's do this. TPO versus the Glasgow Power Cut. The rematch from Resonate 2018 is about to get underway here in Counter-Strike. Let's see whether Glasgow can turn their heads once again. Pistol round out, coming into the mid. Out into the squeaky door. It's Dan to start things off on Rana. Kyle is still going to be out here with the Glock, trying to look for a frag back onto him. In the forklift position. Meanwhile, the T's going to make their way over onto the B bomb site. Greening and spot players as they cross, and C3 Star will be the man to go down. Kylist will get back on the tray, lurking on the A bomb site. Getting a quick kill. It's a 3 versus 4 scenario, but Greening going to move forward on Charlie B as he tries to get the plant down, and the teams continue to push down. Hendo going to lose his teammate, and TPO on a major disadvantage now. Clock shots continue. Kyle is looking through walls, trying to see if he can catch any vision, trying to get that directional audio down to his favor, but 3 versus 2 scenario, and the bomb's actually been dropped on top of the back box. So they're going to have a bit of a difficult time getting there. Dutchy staying on the bomb site, ready and waiting for any of the TPO side to move, and Kylist continuing to move forward. Will he spot him? He will. He'll take him down. Not what's happening here with the CT side. Players are stopping moving. Oh no. Oh no. Oh boy. Oof. Well, it seems like our problems aren't quite done yet. Oh man, that's literally like, I don't even know what's happening now. If Sned tells me it's a power cut, I'm gonna be pissed. Okay, connection just dropped. Just dropped. It's fine. Oh dear. I imagine that also the round will end up getting replayed. I'm not sure specifically what the decision of the admins are. I'll be sure to keep you updated as things go on. But yeah, that's quite a bit unfortunate, unfortunately. Trying to get the match to a stop as well, so they'll get it. They'll get it. Don't worry. And we will be reloading the map. So there we go. We will most certainly be replaying that pistol round. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and throw up the music real quick while we try and get this resolved. And when we come back, we'll have a matchup ready to go for you. Cash is the first map of our show match, so stick around for action.
Heavy is the crown on the road I walk. The vultures circle and the sheep they talk. I pray for a strain against the pain I bring. Working up on balance, swing God and king. I bring the light into the ground now before me.
All right, looks like we're going to get back into it here. Take two of the pistol round here between TPO and Glasgow Power Cut. The double flash smoke out for Hendo and a flash smoke P250 for Charlie B. We'll try and set things up here for the TPO side. We've got smokes, molotovs, and flashbangs over between Rana and Sned. The defuse kit's also on Sned as he puts some blind shots down to the T side. Do cross into the A bomb site. Taps on tap. C3 Star and Dan quickly make quick work of the opposition. It's a 5 versus 3. And TPO quickly looking to try and just wipe things up for the rest of the backup. It's all on Sned, the lone man with the diffuser. Won't be a loser in terms of the buy-ups, but it looks like his team will be the losers here in round number 1. TPO very, very confident, and this is kind of the TPO that I was expecting to see out throughout the course of Resonant. As of now, they will be able to take round number 1 of this map. Taps on taps of the USPs and the P250s out for Sned. No Kevlar on the CT side. Dan cleans up Dutchy to start things off. Damage done against the CT forces, and the nade is what finishes the job. C3 Star comes in. Carlos with a kill on the A-bomb site as well. Relatively simple stuff. Morphe left alone to the checkers position. TPO. Again, very, very simple stuff coming through. It wasn't going to be anything less than that. Of course, the full buy with the SMGs and the AKs, the automatic weapons versus the basic pistols, and not even any Kevlar for the CT side. GPC will end up falling down in the second round conversion as standard. The rifle round people will be looking towards, and the SMGs will be able to knock up a couple of frags as well. Lots of money gained. As now the full buy comes back in from Glasgow Power Cut. 5 M4s. Head Kevlar for a couple of players, Sned and Dutchy. Really should be focusing on getting the Kevlar, not the Kevlar, the utility out more than anything else. The head Kevlar is going to get taken out by these AKs, so actually that being said, it's not even that bad of a buy. There are still 3 SMGs in play. Should be able to shut them down, but I'm more concerned about that lack of utility there. First frag trying to go to the favour of Sned. It's close towards it, but Dutchy connects it through the smoke out towards the mid position. C3 Star is down. Now Wolfie making his way in from the vents area. Spot spray and take Dan back. A 5-on-3 scenario, favour to GPC. Instead, still looking for shots with the USP. Runs out of ammo on the M4, so he falls down to this pistol. The bomb partner's so close towards him, and Charlie B can only get the kill momentarily. The bomb has been dropped. Now all rests on Hendo. 1v4. Rules quad and MBK. Rana makes quick work of that one. Makes light work of that one. And there it is, the CTs. Straight back in on the rifles. Here comes a lot of damage through the utility alone on TPO. He's going to tag Hendo down to just 10 HP. And C3 now on C3 Star on 69. Yeah. The nade damage overall is not looking great for TPO. First frag does go to their favour. C3 Star with the first and Dan in with the second. The high HP players still kicking and screaming, but again, one nade, if they're bunched up, could take them all down. That's not a good look right now for TPO, fortunately for them. GPC will not be going for the reface. They're not going to go for the retake. Just leave it be. Wolfie losing all his teammates. This is going to be a reset against them as well, so not a lot of money to work with in the context of things. Looks like all 5 players of TPO are going to get back in, staying alive, I should say. 1M4 picked up by Hendo. No need to upgrade it, so could still use this just to rip straight through the CT line in the next round. They got 1M4 that they saved. A 4 spy potentially coming out. Yep, 2 Deagles, 1M4, 3 Deagles. Oh, 4 Deagles actually. But no Kevlar, unlike the likes of Sned. For all intents and purposes, 4 sport into this next round. It might be a bit of a miscoordination from TPO. First casualty receivers, Charlie B, taken down by Greeny. Starts things off with a Deagle. Meanwhile, the T's are going to make their way onto the undefended B bomb site. There's 4 players out here in C3 start. Bombing is back. We're going to plant immediately for back corner. Re-smoke's coming through the utility of the TPO side. Just going to keep going. A nice run, Broussard. Dan couldn't quite make it up to heaven. He'll connect his spray onto Sned regardless. Taking the second armored player out, Wolfie. Just left alone with the armor and a head Kevlar. Awkward spray from Dan. Will just about be able to land on Dutchy. There we go, 2-for-1 trade. Favour to TPO. Not even coming as Dan taps his way to victory. Does get traded back by the M4. And Green is trying to bolster this defense and bolster this escape. So looks to get away with 1 rifle at the very least. Never mind. Nice spray through the wall. If they weren't playing on LAN, I would call word.exe. Pistols out for this next round. Some upgrades, but mostly basics here. Kylist takes Rana down to start things off with a second kill on Greeny. Keep things rolling right now for all the AKs and the rest of the rifles on the T side. Everyone's stacking up A bomb site. Counter-terrorists will feel the heat. Burning away towards MVK. Dutchy will pick up an AK at least, dropped by Kylist part, but will not be very successful with it. Just doing damage, no kills. Now the double ops come through for GPC. Rana and Wolfie, them on their backs. I was going to say, trying to take the loss leading for the CT side, but in the end it is actually a spray from Sned that comes out ahead. Kyle is sprayed out to 57 HP. Got to get some damage back on Sned, but Sned keeps in at a little over 90 points. All faces coming through the Dan's going to be able to win out. Dutchy taking damage. Returning some back, but not by a major amount. Meanwhile, the Sneak coming in through towards Checkers might be able to pull some attention away from the A bomb site. And indeed, there's only 1 man directly there to defend it. It's Sned alone, hearing footsteps all around him. A squeaky door gets opened and nades start to go down. Cross is kind of open for a CT wraparound, but the bomb's going to make his way across there. Wolfie does catch Charlie B over on the B bomb side, but that's as far as they'll be able to go. 4v4 retake. Taps from Carlos not quite landing. Nades and sprays and the other players are. Dutchy on just 24. Yeah, they're going to back up and save it. Makes the most amount of sense. No money. Still not a lot of loss bonus build up. These rifles could force the issue if they're able to save them all. Be quite a harsh force buy, but Could be a force buy nonetheless. And again, they could cut off TPO's win streak for a wild time. But as it stands, they're up for the Brazil. 1-for-1 trade as Greeny does go down. It takes Carlos with him, so that's 2 frags against the T side, but not enough to do any major damage, and they're still built up quite the economy state. More importantly is that TPO put the pressure up on the CT side. 1 AK saved. 2 FAMAS's out. It means there's not a lot of firepower by comparison, even with the AWPs in play. Team's going straight into the A-bomb site, not even wasting any time. It's all Greeny left alone. All watching into the mid position, and now he's going to get brought down by all the T-side players. They've already lost the A-bomb site. Even more sprays and taps come through, down Charlie B. 2 quick frags, nades in against 1 more T-side player. That might take down Rana, and indeed it does. DPO are looking deadly here, now looking on form and everything. And this looks back in, trying to catch off an AWP at close. Ooh, barely gets out of dodge. Charlie B does catch 1 in the back, and now it's all on Stead. Not going to last for long. Of course, we'd like to remind you that this is all for the sake of raising money for charity. CHAS and Thistle in particular. Thistle Foundation helps people with long-term illnesses to live their lives. And CHAS, or CHAS, the Children's Hospice across Scotland, helping all sorts of children all across the board. So make sure you get those donations. The links are being put out in the chat every few minutes or so. Make sure you give generously to the causes. 3v2, CT side. Here on the Eco, actually managed to turn a couple of frags to their favour with stellar shots coming in. The Eagle from Dutchy does lose control of the bomb though. AK recovered. Potentially another one to get picked up on the part of Dutchy. They have done significant damage. Dan fakes the bomb twice, trying to cover off both the tree and main areas. And we'll get the bomb plant down for main. Wolfie with the AK coming in from heaven. Dutch is actually going to switch out to the M4. Dan hears that reload, so he knows he's close. It's all on Wolfie. The main man at the moment. The anchor player spots the head as Dan faces to the left-hand side, gives his position up, and also exposes himself to heaven. And there it is. Second round on the board for Glasgow Power Cut. They get the M4s and the AWP back out, but again, I fear certain awkward situations to come through again. TPO up for another reset. Could very easily shut them immediately down, and again, that just won't be looking like a great thing for them. Molotov's burnt, Sned comes in, but gets taken out immediately by Dan. The further into the areas will go down from the CTs in backup, but they won't be able to last for long. They're going to clear out from headshot. He's going into the headshot positions. Sprays come through from C3 Star again, knows the crossing areas, and will get some pretty decent damage done. Not in terms of the actual numbers themselves, but it does suppress the CT to moving any further forward. An Aiden from Rana could try and change that though. Directly on site, does that land close? Does a lot of damage to Charlie B. Next to face in the M4, taken out immediately. Trade back from Wolfie, and Dutchy comes in with another 3 versus 3. Hendo still on the bomb site, gets himself 1 quick kill. Kyle is here to support with 1 more out in the open. The C3 Star actually goes straight over to hell as Rana goes falling, and Dutchy makes tons of noise. C3 Star is hunting for the kill. It's a team ace from TPO. And another reset against GPC. It's not looking good. Really not looking good. And the faces in the force spy coming out from C. GPC, excuse me. But it's going to get ripped apart immediately into the mid position. Rana, Greeny down, Dan facing in. Sned facing out. 5v2 scenario. Molotov to cover off rotations. The CTs will not be able to make it further inland. The bomb goes down over on the A-bomb site, pretty open. No real chance for Glasgow Power Cut to try and turn this around. It looks like it's a lost cause. And Wolfie is going to be left alone. Not for long. He will join his teammates in the silence of death. As TPO make the silence deafening. 9-2 on this board. It's been looking pretty hot so far from the Penguin Overlords. 5 pistols on upgrades. 4 PT-50s, 157. Flashing from Wolfie alongside Kevlar. It's not a major amount against these AKs again. Flashes will actually do some decent work. I thought she was going to kill. Nope. Opportunity wasted. Well, Cardis will still peek through with 7 HP and actually concede the opening, or the follow-up frag, excuse me, to the CT side. 2 players remaining. Wolfie with a drive-by headshot, looking back in for Dan as well, but Dan will be able to deal with it. And Rana sprayed out by Charlie B. It's a 1 versus 3. Extra damage coming through. They're happy to concede the idea that was a really sick shot from Wolfie. I mean, it was sick. Like, to drive-by like that, the inaccuracy on the 5.7 must just hit the roof, essentially. The CTs go for a weird kind of buy here. Force up or half buy or... What do you call this? This isn't even weirder from Sned with the M4 and not a lot of utility, let alone Kevlar. That's not exactly what you want to have with an M4. He's got to land some serious headshots and sprays and take very little damage in return from TPO. Considering the circumstances, that's not very likely. Lone holder of the B-bomb site. Maybe puts a Molotov and spots him. He actually does get the kill, but burns quite a bit in the Molotov. And again, it's not what they want to see as his teammates fall back on the A-bomb site. At this point, he should just save. No sense in throwing this one away. The CTs don't have a lot of money, but they will have 4 rounds of loss bonus. Unfortunately, Carlos will finish the job. You can see that they're only a few more rounds away from winning. They can connect the next 5 in a row. And that'll be the end of map number 1. GPC's pick and all. Again, in case you're just joining us, the map vetoes. This first map picked by Glasgow Power Cut. Mirage is our second map, picked by TPO. And that was the final map of the series at Resonant. TPO ended up winning that series, so what does that say about what the GPC boys have for the future of this series? I think we're about to find out. Opening frag goes to the favour of C3 star on the AWP. Dutchy hates him, very clearly. Rana going to be able to return fire, get revenge. Look back in for a second as well on Dan. He's going to fall back knowing that he's done enough damage to set up a decent retake for the CT side. But Charlie B trying to outread Greeny here towards headshot. Spots him eventually, and there's only so far that he can go before he is taken out. The AWP next to fall to the hands of Mr. Charlie B. Snare going to counteract for the 180 backstab coming through from Kylist. But Kylist able to get that kill. All the AWP for Wolfie. So many angles to watch. No chance for this retake, surely. No utility, not even a defuse kit. Knows that backstab player still in. TPO just going to watch the only angles that he can come from. From tree, from heaven, and from truck. Run boost. Can Charlie B get there this time? And Charlie, this last time. Ooh, but they heard the scope. They're like, yeah, no thank you, sir. We won't be taking any of that. Eventually, Cardish should be able to wrap back in alongside Hendo. Hendo will end up falling, so the round is a little bit expensive, but that's something that would be handy about 5 or 6 rounds ago. This will be 13-2. It should be 13-2. Maids in, spam from Dan. Takes down Morphy, the boss man. Here's down from Rana to actually see if he can hold off Carlos for a little bit, but the mid-control is coming in so easy for Charlie B. 1 headshot, 2 taps. 3 players in from Zed. 1v5 for Greeny. Surely he's left for dead. A stellar half from TPO. As the T-side just comes to life here. For GPC, you know, it is a T-sided map, but not by that much, you know. If TPO end up winning. Uh-oh. I can't believe we've got this bug right now. Everyone's got it. Oh my god. Scoreboard glitch. Hang on, we'll be rerunning the round. And I am so glad I am not the only person. There we go. That's better. So this is the second half. It's 13-2. Fear not. TPO win the pistol. Conversion in their favour. They get map point. On the other side of things, there's a massive grind back from GPC, and they all just get shut down by Dan. He gets the first. Tagged up alongside C3 Star to get the second kill over to main. Greeny hoping for a backstab from the CT side, but it's just not going to happen. Face and take down 1. Carlos has made his way all the way up, however, he's on a big flank. He's ready for everybody. 1 headshot. Not quite finding the second, but the cross does land. Eventually looking for the third man. Rana. Silencer is meta. Couldn't agree with you more there, Dutchy. Silence weapons, silence footsteps, silence everything. In CSGO. 14 for the TPO squad, it seems. As the Overlords proving exactly why they are the Overlords of this domain. Nice flick from C3 Star as well. We're on up. I gotta love Wolfie's high spirit about it. Can't be mad, can't be mad. It's all for a good cause. I'm going to remind you to donate to our charities. C3 Star rips apart the T side alongside Dan, getting some nice kills on the board. Easy as. Again, I'll remind you to donate to our charities. Like the Thistle Foundation, the Children's Hospice around Scotland. Great causes to be supporting here in our special show match. Live from Edinburgh for, I'm going to mess this up, Kinnaird. It's definitely not the way you pronounce it. I'm sure someone who's actually Scottish will murder me. Full buy in from TPO and from GPC, but for GPC, it is a hell of a comeback to try and make. Sprays in from the M4s, doing damage onto Dutchy to start things off. Off we getting tagged at 67 HP as well. T's play around there, defaults trying to catch someone off, but Charlie B ends Dutchy. C3 star ends Greeny. Wolfie will get a trade back, and actually Rana comes in with a 3 versus 3. They're into the A bomb site with TPO. We're going to quickly realise that is exactly the play. Kylist. Oh, they've actually rotated. They're expecting this to be a B defense. Oh no. Unless Kylist is already saving, in which case, well, fair play to the lad. Morphe right around the corner waiting for Hendo's peak, and maybe this could be the lifeline that Buzzman is off a little bit more time over on the GPC side. As Hendo goes falling, it's a 3 versus 2. Dan trying to frag back, gets himself one quick kill, but caught off to the right-hand side. Re-smokes down to the bomb site. Fuse kit in play, he sprays, USP, close! Trying to go for the jumping shot though. Inaccuracy is way too much. Official scoreline is 15-3 now, TPO. There's a little bit of resilience, but again, it's a 12-round comeback for GPC. At the very least, they will buy themselves a couple more rounds here, but Kylist in with the AWP, the M4 out for C3 star. Hendo with a CZ trying to get up close and just spam this into the heads of the crossing T-side players. Flashes in for Wolfie. He's not going to catch Hendo at all. He's running for a pushback out. Everything will be thrown down the mid position that the CTs have there. And as it stands, Kylist soon with the first tag. Charlie B, receiver of the first casualty. Need to push this down. C3 star does get 1 kill in return. Hendo burning. Sprayed back by Rana though. Have got main control on the CT side, so that's at least something. I'm going to hear those footsteps and call it out like, all right, let's head over to B. That's where they're going to be. I'm facing Dan. We'll get sprayed up. He'll spot the bomb though. Know exactly what's going on. Kylist with the AWP on the cross. Ooh, this could get very, very interesting. He catches one as a smoke towards tree. Comes in a little bit late. C3 star next to face. Gets a dig down on Dutchy. This is actually possible in a 3 versus 2. As Wolfie can go down. There it is. The 5-7 with 1 kill. AK turns back around out towards the quad position. Quad? Checkers, excuse me. Rana. They're able to close out the AWP, however. 3 kills for him. 2-2 on the board for the second half. An overall scoreline of 15-4. This will be an eco round now for the Penguin Overlords. Bad towards the A main aggression. 3 players falling to Wolfie and Sned. Dutchy in with a kill on the SMG. It's traded bad by Kylist at least, but now Wolfie next to face against him. Nades in. Doing a little bit of damage. High power advantage is way, way too much. As the bomb gets planted. Kylist, the best he can do is probably look for that one rifle that was dropped over in main. I'm not even sure if it's still there. Maybe Greeny chopped, Sned chucked it over the wall. We'll catch one player. The expected result once again from GPC. TPO. Looking to buy back into even more out here. 3 rounds lost bonus, so they're going to be with their rifles. Let's see if they can turn this run around again. They only need a single round out of this half, and then there will be the victors. And I'm going to guess that they were indeed the victors. I'm going to have to ask someone to try and change that and not reset the server so early. That's a bit of a premature end. But that does mean that the server was not set up to account for the GoTV delay. That's a problem. Oh well. TPO will be taking map number 1, ladies and gents. So we're going to throw over to a very short break. And when we come back, it will be all Mirage as our second map. Sorry, Inferno as our second map, if I recall correctly. I'm not 100% sure. Either way. Back after the break. Don't go anywhere. As the CSGO, UKCSGO and Curry's PC World Charity Invitational will continue after this.
Again. Kicks again. Kicks again. Kicks again. Kicks again. Kicks again. Again. Kicks again. Kicks again.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the UKCSGO and Curry's PC World Charity Invitational, supporting the likes of Chas and Thistle. My name is Switchblade Jake, and we're into map 2 between Team Penguin Overlords and GPC. Glasgow Power Cuts, unfortunately, did not have the funnest of times over on map number 1. Their own map pick went swimmingly, let's put it that way. 5-16 is the end result of that one. Again, probably shouldn't have gone that way. Let's be real. And going into Mirage, our second map, which I thought was Inferno at this point. I actually read the vetoes wrong, but TPO picked Mirage. And again, that only gives so much credence to how much the rest of this series holds, because again, TPO won the last time these two teams faced off on it. And that does not give much confidence for me when it comes to the rest of GPC's chances, which again, sucks big time because they're legit my favourites going into this based off of the name alone. But as an analyst, I have to face the facts. That this might not end up being a pretty sight. Parents, cover your children's eyes. Is TPO have the knife? I mean, to be fair, you probably shouldn't have your children watching Counter-Strike tournaments anyway, but you know, I'm not gonna judge you. Once again, this whole tournament, this whole show match is about supporting charity. Of course, every 5 minutes or so, we're running a link over in the Twitch chat, which you can go ahead and follow to support the likes of the Thistle Foundation, helping people with long-term illnesses to live their life on their terms, and the Children's Hospice across Scotland, being there for children and their whole family throughout Scotland. So, shall we get started with map number 2? Hopefully, if my game doesn't lag out. Oh my god, what's happening here? Something's open in the background. I'm going to have to try and fix this. For now, it's the pistol out for Charlie. B, he does the defuse kit. And I smoke a flash and molly for Hendo on the TT side. A lot of utility being brought down by the terrorists, however. Smokes, flashes all across the likes of Rana, Greeny, and Sned. Now towards the apartments position. Dan's going to be ready for two players to make their way inside. Sned and Greeny down, and one more player does get picked off in the form of Charlie B. That's a defuse kit drop, but Dan still got all the positions. 4 kills for him. On for the ace. Almost lands a headshot on Wolfie. Hendo closes it out from the flank. And there we go. Pistol round to the favour of TPO. Felt like it was on the ropes for a little bit there when the T's came pushing onto the bomb site. They were able to get a decent couple of trades. But in the end, it was not to be. And credit where it is due. Dan. 4 kills. Almost landed a headshot to the ace. That final shot when the jumping player jumped had landed. That would have been incredible. But nah, not to be. We're having a pause being called as well for the T side. I think this is technical in nature, but they've called it in a second too late. So they're going to play out the eco regardless. I mean, it's not expected to go very well for them, and indeed it will not. Four kills for Kylist. Wants the ace this time, and I'll take the one that Dan cannot get. So let's see if the pause will come out. Should do. Yep, pause in. Not sure what's going on with this technical pause. Imagine it probably is a PC problem or some sort of communication TeamSpeak thing. Oh! He can't jump. Who's that? Well, Charlie B says it best, but they're all white in the server. I mean, technically they're not. I mean, that guy there ain't white. Who was it? Wolfie that can't jump? Like... I'm not sure. By the way, this is a problem that obviously needs to get fixed. So I will give them that time to get that sorted out. And GPC will have to set up a hell of a comeback against TPO. An on-form TPO as well. Again, if you're just joining us, if you weren't here before the break, if you weren't here for map number 1, it was an absolute stomping. We're about to find out whether... Let's have a look, see if Wolfie can jump. Uh-oh. Hey, Wolfie can jump. There we are. It's all Gucci in the hoochie. Taking with the face in from Dan to try and start things off against the T's. Damage done, but the first kill goes to the favourite Charlie B once again in the apartments and continues to push forward. He knows that Green is out here, quickly switches to the AK and drops the bomb. Oof is the appropriate word for that. I think Greeny probably should have backed off as soon as he lost Snare, maybe put some shots down. Buy himself a little bit of time, a little bit of space to retreat, because that bomb dropping is essentially the end of the round. There's no way the GPC can get back up there. Because the CT just swamped it. It's a 2 versus 4. They have taken out one player at the very least. But now 2 AKs picked up, a third that could potentially be found over in the mid position. You can see them tentatively prodding at the sniper's nest position where Kailis is already ready. Picks up a kill, picks up the AK, and Wolfie is alone. I'll take C3 star with them at least, but now the AKs are in play, 20 seconds left. I wouldn't be surprised if TPO waited till after time. They can take him down and completely cripple any real chance for buy-up in the next round for GPC. Face in, Kailis will actually catch him off just before we end up going down. 3-0 at the 0-second marker. Ford Eagles out, C3 stars. Actually going to get flashed over, but he takes down Wolfie. Looks back in for another one runner. He's traded back to the 4 versus 4. Harris moves on, flashes over. They're going to try and keep the Glasgow power cut from cutting the power over on the B-mum site. Still 2 players there. 1 AK. Actually, 2 AKs, excuse me. I thought the AWP was out there, but no, it's on the A-pop site. Lost 1 SMG, and that's about it for TPO. Space hit. Ooh, snared. A great shot on Hendo. That's not half bad. Still waiting out, however, on Charlie B, who's ready to try and catch his player off. Takes him down over on the boost spot, and now Green knows where he is, looking for another 1D. And suddenly, they've turned it all around. With rotators coming in, the bomb will be picked up, and Kailis is first responder. Going back to a 2 versus 2 at least. They have got the Kevlar advantage on the TPO side. And weapon advantage is mostly gone. They've got a UMP and an AK. Slightly, very slightly weapon advantage for the CT side. As the first man falls, it all rests on Rana to catch off Kailis. Not expecting him to be there towards the bench position. And now it's all on Dan. A 1v1, 20 seconds to essentially retake the B-bomb site. And seconds, face down, and Dan. Here's the footsteps, peeks in, takes the shot, takes the kill. Easy out for TPO, a nice stomping lead to kick off the second map. Fullback will come back in for the terrorist server, GPC. Lose the first couple of frags to Charlie B and Dan. 2 men down. Already not a great start. Dutchy will get one good shot on Kylist, however. That's at least a nice opportunity. Nade's in against Dutchy. Will force him to fall right back. Nade's come back as well. Ooh, that hits the roof instead. Never mind. Not the best of faces. Face comes through towards Wolfie. Awkward spray. He does win it out to a 3 versus 3. That's damage done to other players as well. Placing against the one towards the CT spawn. Hendo taking damage. And actually, overall, it's looking pretty good for the T side as Wolfie looks for whatever angle, whatever pixel of shot that he can. He does take down Dan. AWP now from Greeny. Suppressing over to the CT spawn. Another nade in. Does not land on Hendo's position, but he still takes Charlie B straight for the box. Back in for the third. Can't quite get the flick, but looks back in and does get his 2K. Nicely done. TPO down to their own force by his Dutchy to take Kylist. Throw him for a loop and throw him out of the round. Next phase from C3 Star won't be going well either. Dutchy gets the second frag on his board, and now the T's look to move into the A-bomb site. He's the only man to defend B. Trying to get out towards the rotate. Does he know there's a player coming in underpass? That's going to be the main point of contention, I think, for TPO. Flashes in, come through from Wolfie. Faces takes down Dan. Support will come out from the mid position, but Hendo deals the damage with a CZ. Charlie spots one up on the smoke on the stairs and has the cross perfectly locked. Molotov will go down, he'll block it, but Rana will get the kill with the AWP, but now it's all Hendo. 1v3, does damage, but Dutchy gets 3 on the board for him. And TPO have been significantly worn down. 4-0 start has now gone 4-2, and they don't have another chance for a bye, so they're going to have to concede this next round potentially. Nice shot from Ryan. Does not go well here, but the nice angle too, particularly the take. Return back from Charlie B. Also not going to go as well as he wanted it to. CT's have a stack over on the A-bomb side. They can get at least 3 kills, and that'll be round success. But if they continue to push and grab control of that bomb, then they're starting to get a lot more. But they will break away from the main bomb site. Knock out towards mid. Dutchy trying to flashbang his way out of position, but unfortunately just getting caught off guard by the pistol of Dan. The 5-7 takes a 4 versus 4, but the B bomb site is under T site control. Dan is just going to hold that AK back on the A site. Greeny takes down one more on the backstab. Charlie B's out. Dan actually going to start extending to the mid position. Try to see if he can get an exit frag, which might even be that bad of an idea, to be honest. But the utility going down from the T side. Trying to keep everybody at bay. Down one, trade back from Kyle. It's going to do some serious damage, but Greeny does turn it back around and cannot get those rifles in the hands of the CTs, or some out of the hands of the CTs at the very least. Again, 3 kills though, damage been done. TPO going to wear the economy down of the GPC side just as much as GPC have worn them down, and with a heavy investment coming through, this could end up getting a little bit ugly. 3 players below $3,000 post-buy. And pre-loss bonus. Which of course they have none, so if TPO were to win this round, then suddenly it's going to start looking very, very awkward for Glasgow Power Cup. Make their way down, Hendo out working the tills. Don't know why he's working the tills, but Charlie View there to back him up towards the mid position. AUG in play. for anyone else that might go towards the mid position. Nades down on green. Does take the kill on Hendo at the very least. That's something. Charlie B catching one towards the mid position. That's one of the crucial AWPs, and he can't get it done. Sned takes the AUG out. Two players on the defensive of the A bomb site. C3 Star. When you face him, Mal's about to duck still. Cut his peak, takes down Wolfie, looks for Rama as well. C3 Star with the trade back on Dutchy as Greeny gets falling. It's all on Sned, who takes himself a second. Quick scoping C3 Star back out. It's a 1 versus 1 with Dan. They know where he is. Over on the B bomb site. The bomb will get picked up by Sned. Try and plant it out to the danger box. He might just outfake Dan entirely. Flashbang in, and Dan ready for any angles. Oh, the cross is locked. Sned has no idea. Footsteps to be heard. The bomb plant's going to be heard as well. Dan's going to be looking on.
Bomb has been planted.
Try to land to a danger box. Spot sprays. Gets a lot of damage. If he had a nade, that'd be great. But he's going to wait. Take a second face to 5 HP. And Sned stays alive, looking for the quick scope back through the box, but he can't get it done. Bomb out, planted for him. Dan again, no nades. He's got a defuse kit, but if he has just one HE nade, he can close out the whole thing. With Sned not scoped in, this could be a disaster, but it's not. A 3K for him. He clutches the round for GPC. TPO within touching distance of the reset, but it's not going to happen today. As they look to go to the eco. I'd like to remind you all, of course, what this tournament is about. It's about charity. We're supporting the Children's Hospice across Scotland and the Thistle Foundation, so make sure you keep your eyes for the links being posted in the chat. And you can donate directly to the cause. Very good causes at that, so make sure you get your wallets out. I certainly will be by the end of the night. It's TPO. Concede the lead for the first time here. And speaking of money, TPO have some now. Buying into the double AWP setup. This is a very expensive setup, but it might end up working. Interestingly, they haven't taken that AWP to the mid position. It's actually an M4 of Dan. C3 Stars on one of the AWPs he's holding in from the A bomb site. The mid face is out on short. GPC taking their sweet time and taking a sweet amount of damage. TPO will be happy with the progress they're making. They'll know this as well. They'll see blood splatter. They'll know that they've connected some of those shots. So they know that at least 2 players are low with the spray. And the reface from Hendo. Leg shot for him. Kyle is ready for 100 HP play down towards the underpass position. Wolfie might be in trouble. Still under a minute to go. The teams need to start making a move. They will catch down as the first frag. Greeny and Rana combine, baiting out the spray from Kylist, and he'll go falling as well. But again, 3 players on low on HP. And Charlie B is isolated on the B bomb site. They've read this. GPC ready to move as Greeny falls down to the hands of Hendo. Back into the sniper's nest out towards the ladder room. Reface against Dutchy, who C3 Star will have to cover off the nades, and against him spots him on the cross. C3 Star's not ready for this, but Hendo will still have the chance to take another shot. It's all on Charlie B. The defender bomb site, 10 seconds left. The Molotovs are stalled for enough time as here come the T's. Out is Wolfie on the bomb site. C3 Star and Charlie B combine to take him down. That's round over. Any more kills they can get is a bonus. They can take down Stead after time. And this will be even worse for the economy of GPC, and Charlie B's going for it. Not going to quite get there though. So the AWP stays in play, and finally, TPO are going to break the cycle, break the loss bonus. And I'm going to put the GPC side in very shaky ground, basically. Very hot water indeed. With the AWP saved, Sned didn't have a lot of money, so he's down to $50. Don't think he invested anything right now, but he will be able to get the first pick on Kylus. That's a great start. Kylus not happy about it though. C3 starts with the back up on a different angle of the A-bomb site. Nades in, smokes down. And Charlie gets a trade back eventually. Now the T's face forward. Good flick from Sned. Takes another man out of the action. More for getting a nade on the bomb site. Does not do any damage. Flashbang also missing entirely. C3 Star faces. Gets a good flick, a leg shot on Dutchy. It's not a kill though. They haven't even committed the bomb to this bomb site either, so it's just a default that they're eventually going to fall out from. Greeny, meanwhile, in towards the mid position. Better have your attention turned towards Connector, because Charlie B is there, and Charlie B will end up going down. And now it all rests on C3 Star to pull off the Sned and try and defend this all on his lonesome with 4 kills to find, potentially. More than likely 4 kills to find. He's working off a small gap in the smoke that just got re-smoked by the teams, but he might have a small enough gap to shut down Sned. Orp out of play. A nice frag to find as Dutchy plants open for ramp. Shots will still ring true, and they're not going to get found by C3 Stars. 3v2. Over to the T's. He gets spotted. Dutchy takes the shot, gives up his position. For the information that you know, the C3 Star there, the headshot will go through, and Hendo should have to save this AWP at this point. Is already back out to market. Unscoping at the worst possible time. Couldn't quite take down Wolfie, and there we go. It's a lead regained by the Glasgow Power Cut. TPR forced down to another eco, obviously. Throwing a lot of money in, but using utility the best of the way that they can. Nice nade down on Wolfie to start things off. No kills just yet. The follow-up nade doesn't quite land either. Rana shuts Kylus down. Starts things off on the right foot for the T's. Greeny catches another one out towards the mid position. It's easy enough, it seems, for these boys. Again, standard eco around for TPO. Hendo might catch a kill with the CZ. Gets one. It's the AWP now. Shots raining through. Actually, C3 starting to back up. Gets another. Hendo, 4 bullets in the... Oh, he gets a headshot. No way. Almost down to the head of the next one. The C3 Star wraps in for the backstabber. No way they're going to pull this off. Eco for TPO. And Glasgow Power Cut. Leave it all in the hands of Dutchy. 3 kills to find. Even if you found them, TPR have done their jobs, but Hendo looking for a lot more than just kills. Triple kill and a round for TPO. All evened up again. And again, the damage done from that round and the last round is going to put GPC on shaky territory still. So little money flowing into their funds and so much going right back out of this. The Eagles in, scout for Rana, does not get the first pick. Sned will try though. That's just come through, and C3 Star does peek to the right hand side, take him down. Now looking for Rana back here on the left side. Take the scout out, and TPO take full control of round 13 it seems. Greeny does get a shot on Kylus at least. C3 Star gets a pick back on Greeny, puts him towards Palace, where Dan spotted, sprayed, and taken out Wolfie. As Greeny says, it was the poo. TPO one away from taking the half advantage, and up against the T side of GPC, it looks like they're going to concede it. The Eagles, Tech 9s, a couple of pieces of Kevlar, and a little bit of utility. Quite a lot of utility, all things considered, but... Aids in on Dan. Oh, lots of damage done. Going to return back on TPO as Dan gets down one. Nades will come back, do a little bit of damage to him, but he's still good for 2 kills. C3 Star comes in for 1. Rana at the edge of the smoke. Hendo finishes him off. It's all on Wolfie. Come a long way from his days walking to the far lands. But surely this should be where his journey ends. As TPO take control of the CT side, 8-6. And 3 AWPs coming through from TPO as well for the last round of the half. They really want to shut this whole round down. Spray from Kailis gets Greeny for 75. Nade will come back and do serious damage. He will try and return it, but in the end he's caught out the second nade. Not going to finish him off. How? Charlie B does finally restore some sense of sensibility to the server. C3 Star comes in with a secondary frag out towards the ramp position. The bomb's been dropped and no one looking to commit to it. Kyle is just continuing to put smokes down, keep the teams from aggressing in Palace. They might not have to. Rana out to connector. Got to deal with Kylist here in the AK. And mid-control gained at least by the GPC side, but Rana's going to get spotted out. Kylist will take the frag. Or back on Dan, deals with Wolfie. Dutchy. Left to get exits, but he will not get anything. It's a flawless round. Oh, not quite a flawless round, but a final round to end off the half to the favour of TPO. 9-6 is the ending scoreline, so credit to them. Didn't have the cleanest of halves. Again, it could have been much, much better. But it does set them up for the T side, so let's see whether they can do it. To remind you once again, all this is for charity. Support the Children's Hospice across Scotland and the Thistle Foundation, with the links in the Twitch chat being posted regularly. So, here come TPO, in with the pistol buy. Smokes, flashbangs, P250s, regular Glocks. It's all a straight-up execution rush as they smoke down the short position. They make their way on towards bench where Greeny's holding in from. He's the only man holding down. One T-side player will aggress in the form of Dan, looking for shots on shots against Rana and Cobra. Rana's going to take him. C3 Star with a trade back. And they found the aggression. The CTs are back in the bomb site. Stead, quick flicks. It's now all on Kylist. How has this round just fallen to pieces? The bomb's not even planted for him. Stead's going to get right on that. Kylist got to aggress. Tags up Dutchy, but they know exactly where he is. The defuse is already on. And nothing Kylist can do. A disaster for TPO as they just get overly aggressive. And they pay the ultimate price for it. Putting a lot of faith in that aggressive push. TPO will go for another aggressive push. Execution with the pistols on the bomb site. Wolfie close on default boxes, the triple stack. Well enough for him, does get traded back by Dan. The bomb should be able to make his way onto the bomb side. They've gotten themselves 2. It's a 3v3, but quick headshots from Rana will come right back again. Kylist up close to the P250. Damage being done, but the bomb does go down. It's 3 versus 2. Again, damage being done by the T side. I'm surprised how much damage that GPC have been taking. TPO. Probably one of the better rounds they could have gotten out of this. 8 on the board for the power cut.
Counter-terrorists win.
But 2 bomb plants. No investment means that TPO can buy up. And they stand to gain a whole lot more ground above the CT side as well. Bit of a force back coming through as well. MP5 from Dutchy. 3 M4s and a scout on Rana. Ooh, good flicks from Rana though. Might try put the first frag on the board against Hendo, but can't quite get the job done. Let's just come back in for him. Kylus is actually first to fall against Dutchy. Charlie B going to try and trade it back on Wolfie. Takes him down again, the only man on the bomb site. It's all up to back up here from Connector and Jungle. Dan sprays the first, and one more man is low in the form of Dutchy. Backup is on the way. But the bomb plant will come through. It'll be full retake mode for the CTs of the Glasgow power cut. Charlie B will fall to the 3v3. But again, HP advantage is well and truly to the favour of the team Penguin Overlords. C3 Star gets one, turns back in for the second. Green, the last man remaining, and C3 Star showing us why he is a standout player for this squad. Wolfie even being shocked at that round is like, yep, nice shot. And again, it's a round that cripples Glasgow power cut. Swag 7 for Greenie alongside the CZs and P250s is a half buy for the CT side, and immediately the rush coming out. TPO don't care. You can take our lives, but you can never take our ecos. Snared will take Hendo back. At the very least, get a consolation prize. Mag 7 in for Greenie. We'll get a fantastic shot though. Then might get another kill on Kylus. There's actually a lot of damage being done by this half bite. AK picked up the stand. You should just run away with this one. It's going to go out with the bomb. Just keep one player here. That's so much damage. 4 players falling for TPO. Off the back of a half buy as well. This could justify the full-blown force for GPC. A stack going on towards the mid position. 3 players rushed out of connector and tried to gain mid control. They've immediately wrapped back into the A-bomb site. Unfortunately, we'll use the murder hole to try and rotate into standard positions. So here come the T-side Molotovs down. Dan's not ready for the off angle. It's snared, but he does adjust for it in time. Still one more man on the bomb site out towards default. He'll deal with him as well. All resting in the hands of Green. He might be able to take a frag with it, but C3 Star tries to account for the rotators, but Green takes the kill. Headshot comes back from short. 2 versus 4 with Kylus on the backstab. Wolfie, he ain't ready for this, or will he be? Nope. Straight through the smoke, expecting it to be safe. And Dutchy also falls all the same. Much more confident from TPO. Again, 2 players of damage, going to keep that economy modest, but that's not their priority. They're stacking up those rounds. It's vice versa for the CT side. Their priority is getting some rounds. More specifically, to delay TPO from getting to map and match point. Again, they won map 1. Greenie. Ooh, 4 shots missed. Well, actually 3 shots missed, but the second one, the 4th one connects. Wolfie with an eagle shot of his own. Greenie gets another. Dutchy with an eagle shot. And all the heads will roll for TPO and Eco. suddenly going awry. Endo is the last man remaining. Trying to take a frag out from Sandwich, but so much damage done. Even if he gets a second here, he won't be able to get the third. And the shoulder peek gives Dutchy all the info he needs. Easily finished. 12-9 on the board. But again, an opportunity presenting itself for TPO to reset and continue the grind. Taking the Sned down on no Kevlar. If they can aggress him, if they can get some nades on his position, he could end up falling so easily, but they will give him the first kill towards mid. One player to underpass will start to aggress down, might be able to take him out. Molotovs move forward. Charlie B, meanwhile, pushes out towards the B-bomb site. Greeny caught off guard, completely blind as the B-bomb site gets open for business. Now the lurk coming in from Kylus is where it will be its most deadly. How many players can he catch off from middle? But he can just get information ready for the CT retake. Perhaps Rana facing in. Kylus will get caught off guard by Wolfie. So, man advantage for the CT side. Charlie B playing an off angle. Ooh, great stuff. The nade in. Has he predicted this well? It looks like he has. 46 points of damage. Even more nades coming through. Endo will go down, and a great retake from GPC will go well on his back. I have anything to say about it. Gets one kill, but goes no further than that.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
And Glasgow power cut will keep things competitive. Try and aggress down A site, try and sell the fake. 3 CTs are here as the rush comes through. Hendo goes down. Now 2 CTs on the B-bomb site are the main point of focus. They line up, but they still get the kills here. 2 rifles. Kylist. One out to the market position. Is Runner ready for this? They did a fantastic retake last round. 2 versus 2 as 1 kill comes back. T-side trying to steal another one here, and if they could do it, it's a massive blow to GPC. As Dutchy is spotted, Wolfie not so much. Dan just trying to count this out. Wolfie does straight on through, takes the first man down. Back in for the second is awkward, but he stays alive. And the defuse will come through. Again, damage being done by TPO. They stand to cripple the Glasgow power cut side once again. As the reinvestments will be heavy. I don't think they got the AWP back out of that last round. Either way, they won't have one for this round. Op shots in from C3 Star. Wolfie will get tagged to 16. I believe that was the shot from C. Both players cross-firing in from Sandwich and from the round corner box as the execution looks to come through. How much will this aggressive stance on the CT side work out for them? Rotations coming in. It's 4 players out here. AWP does not land anything. And Sned burns alive. Dutchy will trade back on one. Looking for Charlie B. Charlie B trades it right back as Kylus moves on through. The bomb will get dropped. They look towards Sandwich. Take him down. Rana still out, but he goes falling. It's Greeny 1 versus 3. And again, so much damage done in the last few rounds. Greeny with a hell of a clutch for his team. This will be amazing if he could pull it off, but I have my doubts, I'm not going to lie. Bomb ticks by. Greeny will try look for an exit, at least out towards CT spawn. Kylist might end up biting a bullet for this one. Which might give him a little bit of a chance. Smoke. Ooh, okay. Okay. If he had more time, would have given him credence for that retake, but nope. He's dead and buried. Round number 13 will be on the board for TPO, and they take him down eventually, so they lose everything that they had in that last round. As TPO approach the ending finish line. I have to remind you, there's still some time to get in your donations here. Of course, we're raising money for Thistle and the Children's Hospice. I've already forgotten the name. The Children's Hospice across Scotland. There we go. I'm a terrible host, I'll tell you that right now. That's why I do commentary. But yes, there's links being thrown up in the chats. Make sure you generously donate to the cause. Being raised here by Curry's PC World and UKCSGO. Wolfie, okay. Alrighty then, AK on Kylist. Can he get anything done? Hendo back here trying to hold it off as Greeny gets a kill. Wolfie will get traded back on the eco frags that finally come through for the T side. Rana low, Greeny low. Both players held back to Connector. Got all the information they need. Kylist can plant save. There's no nade that can take him down. He's got 100 HP anyway. Flash in. Deagle from Greeny misses. Second face will tag him this time. Kylist gets the kill. Rana's left to save the AK and the head Kevlar. It's more valuable at this point. There's only 2 rounds of lost bonus, and TPO, you can see it on there, are just within touching distance of the victory. The bomb goes up, TPO win another round. 2 away from getting to the map and match victory, I should say. GPC trying to bring it close, trying to bring it low. Looks like they're going to concede one more eco. Go 15-11 down and try get to overtime. Many an overtime was had over in Resonant. Let's see if they can do it again. Dutchy, 1 kill. Orp back in for C3 star. Takes him down. I'm going to look towards the dark position. Is he ready for this angle? Probably not. Back in, 180 rotation. Oh, he gets the 360. Okay then. That's fancy. Very, very fancy indeed. As Dan takes Sned, Wolfie left alone. And there it is. TPO. Map and match point. As Rana says, clip that please. I would like to see it at some point. Oh my god, C3 star. Oh, that was insane. As the buy comes through for Glasgow power cut. 2 players on the A-bomb site. The AWP from Rana rotating as Dutchy gets the first. Rana with a leg shot. Can't quite get the second as Dutchy locks out the frags. He's getting them all. C3 star burns them alive. A 3 versus 2 scenario now. AWP faces in. Dan gets one more out to the underpass position, but he's low on HP. Still going to be a 2v2 with a hella likely retake for TPO. Dan. They give C3 star the chance to lead it. Well, let's see if he passed that AWP back off, but Eventually they do pass it back, so here we go. C3 Star entering first. Greeny to short. Gonna hear those footsteps, gonna hear the utility now. Spots the AWP barrel, still looks for C3 Star on the bomb site, does get the kill. Here he comes, 2 kills for the man, a 1v1 against the retaking AWP. He's facing out towards market, does not catch runner in time. A chance port for the USP as he faces against the AK. C3 Star has the angle, and TPO will be able to close it out. 2 maps this time. Close affair on the second one, plus a couple of cases to add a little bit extra, a consolation prize, if you will, for the CTs over at Glasgow Power Cup. The meme team, dream team cannot show up this time, but it was a very fun ride indeed, with plenty of great shots and great moments. So once again, on behalf of this UKCSGO team, I want to thank you all for joining us here for this very short best of 3. Again, it was all a show match to raise money for charity. The links are in chat for the Children's Hospice around Scotland and the Thistle Foundation. The Children's Hospice of Scotland, they're helping children throughout illness and their families. And the Thistle Foundation helping everybody with long-term illnesses to live on their terms. So make sure you get donating, make sure you get yourselves a little bit of wallets broken out. And support the cause. Once again, I've been Switchblade Jay, I've been your caster for the evening, and I want to thank you all for joining us for one more time here. Hope to see you back here for even more in the very near future from UKCSGO. But until then, good night and goodbye.